Let's talk enduro bikes. Everyone wants a big, plush, confidence-inspiring enduro bike. A bike that pedals like a badger, clawing its way up a hill, but descends like a majestic bald eagle, grasping its prey from the cool, calm waters of Lake Michigan. We're not talking about that. Today it's all about trail bikes. Trail bikes are a completely different beast, especially depending on your habitat. You could be in the desert where you're dealing with shaly, sun-scorched trails. You could be in the northern Pacific, dense forests, where it's wet all the time and skinnies roam free like chickens in the Hollywood Hills. I don't know why everyone in Hollywood Hills has chickens. You can probably afford eggs. We're not talking about that either, though. See, where I live, and probably a large community of mountain bikers, we don't get the luxury of actual mountains. Here in Michigan, we deal with a lot of hard-packed straights and hills and sandy turns. Our everyday descents are glorified cross-country trails that are propped up in our heads as the holy grail, because that's all we have. I've seen countless mountain bike videos breaking down the best trail bikes of 3054. They're going to tell you it's the Canyon Spectral or the Specialized Stumpjumper 1000. They're all wrong. The name of the game is fun, short travel machines. You're going to be shocked what I consider to be the best bike of all time, but stick with me. I'm going to explain it to you. This bike might be the number one recommended bike on the list. It looks good, it covers a lot of price points, the suspension design is tried and true, and it's proven great for beginners and seasoned pros. The 440mm chainstays gives you confidence and a stable platform while ripping berms and shrouding turns. Seeing this is the longest chainstay on the list, I'd prefer a bit shorter just for the ease of manualing, like flickability in the air. That's just my preference. Even though there's only like 10 mil difference between the number one bike and the Tempo, this bike, however, has the shortest reach, which puts you in a much stand-up position while making you feel super confident going down the hill and hitting massive jumps. The tall stack plus the paired with the short reach gives this a jump bike feel, which is something that I'm like super into. The Tempo rocks 140mm of travel and 125 in the rear, giving it confidence when hitting big drops, but pedals still really well. It's built around the Horst Link suspension. Essentially, it's a single pivot where instead of the rear axle being attached to the chainstay, it's connected to the seat stay. This helps isolate the braking forces from the suspension, allowing for better suspension performance when you're going a little too fast on your new trail bike. The simple design of the suspension guarantees that you're going to get a consistent, linear feel across the travel that's great for pros or beginners. Evil Bikes has always marched to their own drummer. And the following is pure evil DNA. This 130mm, 120 rear work of engineering art doesn't just inspire confidence with its geometry, the suspension allows for a sprightly ride back to the top. The frame design is gorgeous, a flowing organic shape chiseled from stone by the hands of Michelangelo. Instead of the shores of Italy, this masterpiece was crafted in the forests of Bellingham, Washington. That 65.5 degree head-tube angle is seriously slack for a 130mm bike. That's enduro bike territory. If you combine that with the long reach, this creates an incredibly stable bike at speed. Here's a genius. The 430mm chainstay keeps the bike nimble in tight sections. This is a trail bike that you can take to any bike park. If you want to turn heads when you roll up, buy this bike. You know what they say, look good, ride good. First of all, sick name. First of all, sick name. First of all, sick name. First of all, sick name.
First of all, sick name.
Pivot has been killing it in the trail bike game for years, and the TrailCat is their latest masterpiece. This bike boasts 140mm travel in the front for those big off-trail sends, and 120 in the rear for Elon Musk-powered rocket propulsion, not necessarily the landings. That 65.8 degree head angle is like the Goldilocks zone, not too steep, not too slack in terms of modern trail bikes. Also, the reach scales beautifully across all the frame sizes, so whether you're 5'6" or 6'4", you're getting a pretty good bike that's going to feel great for you. I'm 5'11", so I tend to sit on the lower side of the large, and I like smaller bikes, so I tend to size down. If you're taller or shorter than me and seem to have a problem with bikes feeling good, this could be the bike for you then. The TrailCat comes equipped with their W-Link suspension, Instead of a single pivot or a virtual pivot like the Eagle following or the Commencal Tempo, you have 2 links that create a precision 4-bar linkage, which is another tried and true geometry. The upper link connects to the seat tube while the lower link connects to the main pivot. The 2 links work together to allow the rear tire to travel vertically, which helps with pedal bob and small bump sensitivity, but can handle massive hits. This bike will pedal like it's being towed and smash through all the rooty turns like they're not even there. The 5010 has been around for a while now, and there's a reason it's still one of the most popular bikes in this category. Santa Cruz has refined this platform over multiple generations, and the current version is absolutely dialed. With 140mm travel in the front and 130 in the rear, this bike has enough travel to take to any bike park in Michigan and handle itself properly. At the heart of the 5010 is the VPP suspension system. That stands for Virtual Pivot Point. This is Santa Cruz's signature technology and their way of solving the problem of small bump sensitivity and bottom mount protection. They use the same technology on their downhill bikes, and the suspension is so good on this bike, they call it a mini downhill bike. The 5010 has become this cultural icon in mountain biking. You see them everywhere because they work so well in every type of riding. This is definitely the most capable bike on the list. The long rear end and the slack head tube angle will have you chewing up the toughest tech trails without any milk. I bet at this point in the video, you guys are probably out there screaming at me, it's the Specialized Stumpjumper, it's the Ibis Ripmo, or the Trek Fuel EX, the Yeti SB140, or the Canyon Spectral. You're all wrong. What we're looking for in a bike in Michigan is a short reach, short chainstay, steep head tube angle, steep seat tube angle with a low bottom bracket. This bike hits all the markers. So here it is, the moment you all been waiting for. I hope you didn't hold your breath, because if you did, someone needs to call the ambulance. The number 1 bike on the list is the Kona Satori DL. That's right, you heard me. It's the Kona Satori DL. It's my bike. It's the best bike. You can't beat it. No one else can. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Poop poop poop. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that owns one of these, though, actually. I've never seen anybody have it, and every time I tell someone about it, they don't know what I'm talking about. This is the most fun bike on this entire list. Kona tuned this thing for a bike to ride for pure enjoyment, I swear. It's like a dirt jumper, but on like steroids. It's got a 68-degree head tube angle, which is crazy stiff right now, but it makes it super maneuverable on the ground. Sending it feels great going up booters. With this bike sideways, and you'll be rewarded with unlimited giggles and jealous, envious stares from all your friends. You can man this bike through any terrain with 430mm chainstays. Rocket yourself back to the top with the steepest 78.3-degree seat tube. All right. Though this bike is designed for the wilderness of the Great Pacific, it's found its home in the sand-filled turns and rooty hills of Michigan. My bike is the Kona Satori DL, and it's 2018. They stopped making it. It was a kind of a weird off cycle that they did between the mix between the high and one of the other frames that I can't quite really remember. The cool thing is, though, is it has a super steep head tube angle. Even for like that time, it was kind of steep. Everyone was still kind of going way slacker, but with that feeling, it really feels like a jump bike, just with 140mm travel and big knobby tires. So I send this thing off everything. I will hit any booter with this. I will take any off-trail hit with this. It's maneuverable. It's poppy. I can send it to the moon. I can get so much pop on this. I can manual it for days just because of how well it's like the geometry is just. It seems like it's just meant to play. I went with the medium on this just because I wanted to feel small and so I could move it around a lot. So the reach is only 450mm, which is like I think 27mm shorter than the lowest reach on the rest of these. And the stack isn't really that high either, which is another kind of annoyance, but it's an older bike. It's a 2018, so you kind of expect these things to be a little different. However, with the stack, I just went with a high rise bar, and I gained a bunch of mils from the bar, and now I have a really upright short position that makes this bike feel super, 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 super fun. It's kind of crazy because I took it to a bike park, and I felt a little underbiked. However, I did everything there, and as a big guy, like I said, I'm 230. It handled it no problem. Eventually, I did get upgraded wheels, because I blew through those pretty quickly. But I mean, it's been a great bike. I always thought it was funny that no one liked this bike, but I found a gem in the rough, and everyone who rides it loves the thing. They're like, "This is great. This is awesome." However, I mean, we all kind of stem from riding BMX, so maybe that's just a thing that we all kind of like. But it was kind of fun making these videos. I really just wanted to make a list to talk about my bike and talk about some kind of the other cool bikes. There's really not, like, some of this info is pretty good. Don't hold me to it. I put this together as more of like a fun video and to kind of talk about mountain bikes that I like. Everyone always talks about, the Treks, the Cannondales, and so I feel like some of these bikes in this list people probably talked about, but I figured we would just, it'd be fun to kind of make a list and showcase some of the fun bikes that I think are some of the bikes in the industry. And if I was going to buy a trail bike now, these are probably the ones I'm going to buy. We'll see it's coming in a few years. Maybe we'll put the Kona to somebody else, or nah, screw that. We're going to keep it. We're going to keep it forever. Thing's sweet. It's the best. It's the best bike ever. Thanks for sticking around for this long. It's probably been a long video. Hopefully I can cut this down to like 10 minutes. I haven't edited yet, so I think I have all the parts. If you like the script, because I wrote a script for this, let me know. If not, I mean, I could just talk like this the whole time too, which is kind of fun, but then I have to remember stuff, and that's hard for me, and yeah, whatever. You know what? Anyways, till next time. Peace.